announcement. Welcome to Gentle Yoga for Cancer. I'm Rebecca, and I welcome you on this sort of sunny, sort of cloudy day in Atlanta. Um, an idea keeps popping up all around me, and it's this desire to have fun. And I think it's, I mean, as long as our basic needs are met, of course. I don't want to suggest that everyone is in a position to have fun, but I think we all can find little kernels of fun in our lives and figure out how to lighten up, even with disease, with illness, with depression, with stress, with financial burdens, with loss. We still have to find a way to have fun, to play, to enjoy ourselves as we face this rollout and all the inherent anxiety that goes along with it. We need to find the fun. So, how do you have fun? I like to put on music and dance around my house or out, but around my house. I like to go outside and be by the water. I like to laugh and laugh and laugh with my friends, telling stories, watching great television. What are the things that you do to bring some fun into your lives? So let's take a moment to sit and get grounded. Yes, yoga and meditation can also be fun. Take a moment to find your seat, noticing what is around you. Noticing what is around you. Let's all take a breath and release it. And take a look around. Look in your space and notice what you're seeing. And then take a moment and look at the screen. Maybe you can catch a glimpse of a fellow student. Notice what's here. And then if you'd like to close your eyes or take a soft gaze, go ahead. Feel the textures around you. I have two different textures of mat underneath me, and then the hard, smooth, cool floor. I have the squishy cushion underneath me, my hands on my lap. I feel my yoga pants. I feel my legs underneath. Notice the sounds that you hear beyond the sound of my voice. We can't play music for these Zoom recordings because of copyright issues. So I don't play any music. I also learned to meditate and do yoga in silence or the sound of the breath. But sometimes music can lift our spirits, can take us back to a different time or forward to something that's coming, and we can enjoy it in our present moment. So if you have music, you always feel free to put it on in your space and enjoy it. Begin to turn your attention more inward to the feeling of breath moving through your body. Breath moving effortlessly, without control, without judgment. Just the joy of breathing. Where do you notice the breath? Can you follow a breath from beginning to end to the next breath? Let the breath help you to sit up tall. Let the breath help you to feel more connected to the ground. Somebody in my morning meditation said that she felt like she was fighting gravity. And I invited her to experience gravity as a comfort, like a weighted blanket, something that helps us feel connected to the earth, keeps us from flying out into the universe. Let's take 5 breaths. And after your 5th exhale, come back into your natural breath. Notice if you feel any different. Maybe you don't, and that's fine too. Let's continue with our sun breaths. Inhale and float your arms up. Turn the palms down and let them float down on the exhale. Can you begin to connect the movement with your breath? So the exhale mimics the soft release of the arms down, and the inhale is buoyant, floating the arms up. Just a few more like this, feeling your shoulder blades moving on your back. Maybe your arms only come to here today, and that's fine. Can you still find the connection with breath? And the next time you're inhaling and arms are coming up or out, pause for a moment, lift your chest, maybe lift your gaze, reach through your fingertips, big inhale, and then lower one hand and come up and over. Maybe you bend your elbow and the elbow leads, or even keep your hand on your hip. Maybe the extension feels good today. Use an inhale to come through center and up and over to the other side. Maybe you put your hand behind your head and the elbow leads. Stay for a breath or two, opening. And we'll move side to side a few more times. This feels good today. It's helping me open through the chest, through the front of the shoulder, and through the side body. And this, or the next time that you come through center, pause here. Let's begin to circle the torso. If you're feeling nauseated, this may not be for you, but if not, then maybe you could enjoy some circling. Take your time and let the circles get as big and expansive as you like, or maybe they stay small and steady. What would feel good in your body? Can you make the circles really fluid? And find a place to reverse direction. Stay with your circling and then let it begin to get smaller and smaller. Coming back towards center. As you come to stillness, sitting up nice and tall, let's find some cat-cow here. Inhaling, tip your pelvis so your tail lifts behind you. Open your front body, lift through the chest, lift through the heart. And then tuck your tail under, draw the belly back. Little bit of drop here, let the chin come forward. And then start with the pelvis, let it roll up the spine. Start with the pelvis, let it roll up the spine. Take your time rolling through this movement. Maybe you add a little bit of front and back movement, like a wave motion. What is that like? maybe you add a circling movement through the rib cage. What would feel good as you explore your spine today? And wherever you are, make your way back to just a simple cat-cow. And come to stillness. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Bend your elbows, bring your fingertips to your shoulders, and let's roll with the elbows up, back, and down. And then release your arms, and maybe you can reach up, back, and down. If it's the range of motion isn't good, come to where it is for you. Opening up. And release hands down. And let's roll forward. Just the shoulders first. And we'll add the elbows, the whole shoulder girdle. And then maybe the arms. And shake it out. Shake out your hands. Shake out your wrists. And come to stillness. We're going to move to our crow crawl. I'm going to scoot my cushion out of the way and come on back. Hands behind, walking your feet out to the edges of your mat. And then begin to drop your knees to one side and the other. And take your time, feeling that internal and external rotation of each leg. Maybe you'd like to release your arm and come around into a twist. I think this feels wonderful today. Maybe for you as well. Stay with this or add a lift. Plant your hand, knees come down, and then lift your hips up. Reach through your arm. Come back down through center. Knees to the other side, plant your hand and lift your hips. Take maybe 4 more repetitions, 2 to each side, of whichever version you're enjoying. And then we'll meet back in the center, hands behind, extend your legs out in front of you. Bounce your knees, teeny tiny little bounces, and roll your legs in and out. We're going to make our way to hands and knees, tabletop position. If you prefer not to be on hands and knees, you can always lie down on your back or stay seated. So I like to put padding underneath my knees. I have this little bit of mat. Stick all this hair back and then build your table pose from the ground up, knees underneath your hips. Make sure they're comfortable. Make sure you have not lots of padding. I like to have my index fingers pointing straight ahead, my thumbs in, my fingers spreading wide from there underneath my shoulders. But if that doesn't feel good on your wrists, make fists with the thumbs pointing forward or come all the way down onto forearms. Take a moment to lengthen your spine. And then we'll find cat-cow here. Inhaling, lift your tail. Open the front body, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, tuck. Draw the belly up, open between the shoulder blades and let the head go. Inhale, lift the tail, open up. Exhale, tuck, and roll, opening the back body. Take your time. Just a few more right here. And then come to stillness. We're going to work with some moving thread the needle. So I'm going to lift one arm. I'll inhale and lift it out just to shoulder height. As I exhale, I'm going to thread it between body and the other arm and twist, looking to the side. I'll inhale, come to shoulder height or a little higher. Exhale and twist. Inhale, maybe I can reach up a little more. Exhale, twist. Two more on this side at any height that feels good to you. And then plant that hand and move to the other side. Inhale, the shoulder maybe to shoulder height, the arm to shoulder height. Exhale and twist. Inhale, maybe it goes higher. Exhale and twist. And then take your time, a few more repetitions, opening up. And coming back through center. Walk your knees out wide, toes together, and gently drop your hips towards your heels. I like to rock a little from side to side. And then I come down onto my forearms. See how that feels. Maybe stack your hands, and you can rest your forehead there. Maybe, I said hands, but I meant fists. Maybe you can stack your palms, or maybe your head can come all the way down to the mat, and you can extend your arms in front. Let's take a few nice long breaths into the back body. Inhaling to expand and exhaling to release. And two more. Big inhale. Let it go. And the last time. Inhale and exhale. Press into your hands and make your way up to tabletop once again. I've grabbed my blocks. We're going to work with some knee down lunge sequence. So hands on blocks if you have them. You can have hands on the floor if not. Let's step one leg forward in between the blocks. Now I'm going to press my hips forward. You see that motion from here to here? But I want to make sure that my knee is right over my ankle when I come forward, right? So we don't want to be here. You can't really see that, but with the heel coming up. So pressing forward, rocking back, coming through a nice comfortable rock. We're opening the front of the hip of the knee that's down and the back of the other leg. And the next time that you're coming forward, stay here, bring one hand to your knee and come all the way up with the other. Take a nice big inhale. Press down through your knee and foot and scissor your legs as if you were closing a scissor. And then see if you can lift the other arm. Big inhale here, lift the chest. We're going to turn on an exhale towards the bent knee side. Inhale back up, and we'll turn again in the same direction. Exhale. And inhale back up, hands to blocks, and switch sides. You're stepping the other leg forward. Press your hips forward to make sure knee is over ankle, and then you can rock. Coming back and forth. A coaxing, a gentle opening here. The next time you come forward, pause. One hand to knee, inhale and open up. Press down, draw the legs towards each other. Lots of engagement, and then maybe the other arm can lift and you feel nice and steady. Big inhale here. Exhale, one arm forward, the other back. Turn towards your raised knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale and twist, open up. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands down and come all the way back. Okay, excellent. We're going to come up to standing. So step one leg forward, curl your back toes under, come through a lunge, and then you can step up, knees bent, and walk yourself all the way up to standing. Let me adjust my screen a little bit. Take your time finding your Tadasana, standing up on your feet if that's comfortable. You can always do this sitting up tall in a chair if that's better for you today. Walking a little bit through your feet, maybe rocking forward and back. Come to stillness. Bring your hands to the top of your hips and lift your toes up. Spread them out nice and wide, and then place them down. Pinky, I think the next three usually come as a unit, and then the big toe. Let's try that again. Lift up, spread wide. This time try putting your big toe, then the middle three, and then your pinky. That's much harder to me. Okay, rocking side to side and feeling infinitely connected to the ground. Feel the stillness of the mountain beneath you. What is that energy like as you draw it up through your legs, your middle body, your upper body, into the crown of your head? Let's add the arms reaching up. Maybe you look up towards your fingertips. Bring palms together and draw them to heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale up and exhale, heart center, and once more. Inhale up and exhale to heart center. Release it. I'm going to take us through a breathing exercise, a pranayama, that's called breath of joy. And it involves inhaling 3 times, 3 sips of air. Inhale, 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 and then a long exhale. And there are arm movements. So we inhale, don't exhale, inhale, inhale all the way up, and then exhale, bend your knees, hands come to knees. Inhale, back up, inhale, inhale, and maybe you can come all the way down. Okay, I'll lead us into it. Now, this can make some people a little bit dizzy. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you have something to hold on to. Maybe a chair is nearby or the wall. You could even gently put your back against the wall. Make sure you're safe. If you become dizzy, stop and breathe. We'll do 5 in a row and then come to stillness. Okay, so I'll start you with the first one and then follow your own breath as you go. Okay, we've done this before, I think, maybe many times. Let's inhale together. Exhale, let it go, and we'll begin. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. I forgot to tell you to ha. 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 I'll do one more. Ha. Inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes if you like, or take a soft gaze. Let your breathing Be natural. Let your heart rate come down. Notice the effects of this breath. Do you like it? Is it energizing? Does it bring you joy? We're going to do it one more time. 5 more times. So, I failed to mention that explosive ha as you exhale. I think that's key. So, starting hands down. Let's take a breath together. Exhale, let it go, and begin. Ha! 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 Inhale up and exhale, hands to heart center. Come to stillness. Feel the breath flowing through you. We're going to move right into flying crane. So from here, we'll inhale, shift the weight into one leg and lift the other. Pause. Maybe your eyes are on a focal point. Maybe your hand is on something for support. Release down, hands to heart center, and we'll go to the other side. Lift. And let's fly. Inhale, exhale. Last time, hold in place. Hold, hold. Release down and other side. Hold, hold, and let it go. Walk your legs out and gently circle your hips. Bend your knees if that feels better. Just a gentle circle. And other direction. Walk your feet back in. We're going to work with the sun salute because there's nothing more fun than a Surya Namaskar. I'm going to take a sip of water. Gulp, gulp. So it's helpful to have blocks for this practice and to have something for your knees because we will come down to our knees at a certain point. So set up with your blocks. And this sequence involves a forward fold. So I just want to take a moment to go over our forward folding. Turning sideways so you can see the body position. So I start in Tadasana, I'll inhale up. As I exhale, I'm going to hinge at the hips, right? So I'm not rounding my back. That's not where we want to go. We want to keep a long spine. So sticking my bottom behind me, my crown ahead of me. At a certain point, I need to bend my knees so I can come a little lower, hands to blocks. So here is my forward fold with a nice long spine. And we'll come back up, okay? So when I cue forward fold, that's what I mean. So come to stand in front of your blocks, finding your Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's inhale together, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Knees are bending, my hands are coming to my blocks. I'm going to step my right foot forward and my left foot back. Let me switch actually so I can mirror. Coming into a lunge position. I'm pressing back through my heel, my knee is over my ankle. Scooching this back a little. And then I'm going to lower my my knee down. And either stay here or inhale and rise up. Exhale, hands to blocks. I'm drawing the other knee back, so I'm in tabletop. I'm going to step forward with the first leg, curl my back toes under, come up into a lunge, and then step that foot forward. My knees are bent, and I'm in that forward fold position. And then inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so the sequence is a forward fold. We step back into a lunge. Knees down, come through table, step forward into a lunge, and then step back up. Okay? So now we'll work to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, hands to your blocks. This time we'll step back with the right leg. Left leg is forward. Find your lunge position. Hips are parallel to each other. Slowly lower back knee. Hand to knee, inhale, and come up. Exhale, hands to blocks. Draw both knees back. Modified table. We'll step the right leg forward, curl back toes. Lift the heel, lift the knee, press back through the heel. And then step the back foot up to meet the front. And inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause for a breath. And we'll add on. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, hands to blocks. Step back with your left leg. Find your lunge. Now you can either drop your knee or come up in a crescent lunge, whichever feels sturdier, safer, more fun. Big inhale either way. Exhale, hands to your blocks. Drop your knee if it's not, and come through tabletop. Step the left leg forward, curl back toes, and lift the knee if you'd like, and come up. Crescent lunge or knee down lunge. Big inhale, open up. Exhale, hands to blocks. We're going to just step the back leg up to meet the front. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to blocks. This time we'll step back with the right leg. Feel free to drop your knee if you like, or come up. Either way, crescent or knee down lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to blocks. Drop your knee if it's not. Draw the other leg back. Step the right leg forward. Curl back toes if you'd like, and lift into a lunge. And come up, knee down lunge or crescent lunge. Big inhale. Open up. Exhale, hands to blocks. Step your back foot forward. Knees are bent, long spine. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Whew, beautiful. Take a moment to come into your breath. Slow your heart rate, maybe shift from side to side or circle. Now, there are other parts to Surya Namaskar, the sun salute, that I would love to start working with. One is a plank pose. We can do it with knees down or up. And the other is downward facing dog, which works for some of us and not for others. But I'm going to be taking us through these poses, not today. We'll do it next time. Just to begin to build our strength and continue with our flexibility so that we can ultimately move through Surya Namaskar, the salute to the sun, and have that full range of motion. Okay, so step your feet out wide and then turn your legs out right from the hip, toes out, knees out, all pointing in the same direction. Inhale to five-pointed star. Shine brightly right from heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, bend knees and elbows and drop into goddess pose. We can all be goddesses today. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale in place. Exhale, drop an inch or two. And then inhale, press it away. Five-pointed star. Exhale into goddess. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, drop. Inhale, press it away. And release arms down. I'm going to teach you a sequence. It's a little dance that I did in my high school modern dance class, and it moves through goddess pose. Now you can play with this or you can do your own goddess, but remember, we're having fun. So this is a little bit of play. I'll try and walk you through it. Inhale, five-pointed star. We're going to lower arms, bend knees, but the hands come through center. They're going to cross and come all the way through and out again. And then we'll do the reverse. Arms come up, down as we bend into goddess, and then to five-pointed star. Okay? Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Got it? Good. Adding on. We're going to do one side at a time. So we'll drop one side and come up and drop into the other side and come up. Okay? So inhale center, exhale down, inhale center, exhale down, inhale left, back to center, left, right, and back to center. Okay, adding on. Inhale center, exhale down. Inhale center, exhale down. Now you can do the side bends we just did, or lift your leg. Make sure you're safe. Lift your leg. Make sure you're safe. Inhale up and exhale down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. And let it go. Shake out your legs. Yes, high school was a very long time ago, but I have never forgotten that because it's really fun. Little Tai Chi twist here. You can even twist and lift your heel. Let your hips move as well, if that feels good in your body. Beautiful. Let the motion get smaller and smaller. Come to stillness. Walk your feet in. Let's inhale up, palms together, hands to heart center. And let's make our way all the way down to a seat. I need a sip of water. Bringing soles of feet together, knees apart. Maybe holding on to your ankles or shins and rocking, maybe holding onto your knees. Rocking, rocking, rocking. Yeah. Coming back to center. Extend your legs out comfortably in front of you. Yeah, I can't even see my toes. There we go. Sitting up tall, little bounces. and in and out. Now, we're going to work on the floor with a move that requires a bit of space. So see if you can make a little bit of space around you. And it would be helpful, I know I said no special props, but I guess I lied. It would be helpful to have a pillow. So something that's a little longer. I'm going to grab my bolster because this will go underneath my head. So if you want to stay seated and watch where we're going, and then I'll talk you through it. So we're going to start on our backs. And again, you can watch if you like. I have my head on my pillow and I'm in starfish pose. So kind of like star pose, but lying down. Getting very relaxed and calm. I'm going to inhale and open. And then I'm going to exhale and draw in and roll to the side. Inhale, I'm going to open back out to starfish. And then exhale and roll to the other side. Okay? So starting in starfish on your backs. Make sure you're on something, a padded surface, so it's not uncomfortable on your joints. Inhale here. And then exhale, draw everything in, fetal position, roll to the side. Inhale, back out on your back, expand into starfish pose. And exhale, other side, draw everything in. I'm going to let you play with this on your own time. Opening through starfish, exhaling and drawing in, rolling to one side. Inhaling, opening up, and exhaling, drawing in on the other side. Take your time moving through this sequence. Feel free to rest on one side or even in the middle. Taking your time, moving side to side. You'll find it takes a lot of engagement in the core. So just a few more rolls from side to side. And the next time that you're lying on your right side, knees are bent, draw your knees and hips so that they're each in a 90-degree angle. So hips at 90, knees at 90. Bring your arms out in front of you at shoulder height. And we're going to inhale, open the top arm. When you get to the center, like pointing up towards the ceiling, allow your shoulder to drop, roll onto the back of your head, and maybe the arm opens all the way to the floor. Exhale, come back through space, and inhale, open up again. So the knees and hips stay where they are, and the upper body is moving and rolling. So a few more like this, your head follows, your shoulders open. And the next time that you're opening out, if it's comfortable, stay for a breath or two. Inhale and close, coming back to your side. And then we'll roll through center all the way to the other side. Arms extended, knees and hips at 90. Inhale, the top arm opens, the shoulder opens, the head comes following along. Knees and hips stay where they are. Exhale and roll back. Now you may only get to here, pointing up to the ceiling, or a little ways, and that's perfectly fine. And then just exhale and come back. Maybe you want to lead with your elbow and not an extended arm. That's fine too. And this or the next time that you're opening up, if it feels comfortable to stay, please do for a few breaths. And then exhale and close and roll on to your backs. We'll do one final pose before we come into Shavasana. And I'm giving you two options. One is legs up the wall, and the other is legs up on a chair or your couch or your bed, whatever's handy, or it could just be your legs up on a cushion. So if you're interested in legs up the wall, I will show you how I like to get into it. I'm going to scooch back with one hip close to a wall. I'm not right up against it. I'm close, but I'm not right up against it. I'm going to roll back and then do this little maneuver where I pivot and my legs go up. So watch and see how I do this. That was a little jerky, but I think you got the idea. So I now have my feet up on the wall and I'm lying on my back. You can stay right here, or if you have the movement, you can squinch yourself forward and come to wherever you feel a comfortable extension in your legs. Your knees can stay bent. You can extend your legs, flex your feet, have your heels on the wall. You can walk your legs out wide, bend your knees. You can bring your soles of feet together, knees apart, any number of possibilities with legs up the wall. If you're going to try this with legs on a piece of furniture, it's slightly easier but similar process to roll back and bring your legs up. You want to make sure that your low back is touching the ground. So if your furniture is too high and you're hovering, then go to something different or put something underneath your hips. You could put a blanket or a pillow underneath your hips. Make sure that in whichever position you choose, that you feel comfortable. If it's a very big stretch in your hamstrings, in your low back, either back away from the wall or come on down and rest with your knees up on a pillow instead. Wherever you are, take several breaths, letting go, feeling the benefits of this inversion, allowing the legs to drop into the hip sockets, putting the hip flexors, the psoas muscle, and others on slack. This can really help to release our lower backs. Settle in, getting a little heavier with each exhale, opening up a little more with each inhale. We're going to count 10 breaths by bringing index finger and thumb together on one hand, and then middle finger and thumb, ring finger and thumb, pinky, and then come back to index. Move to the other hand, and you get the idea. Counting 10 breaths. Taking your time, counting 10 breaths. And after the 10th exhale, take a moment to decide if you are really comfortable in this position. You may stay there for Shavasana, rest pose. If you feel at all like this is a strain on any part of your body, then please gently come out by rolling to one side and then make your way into a truly comfortable position to rest. Take your time to find your Shavasana. And once you arrive, allow your limbs to be heavy, settling more and more deeply into the cradle of the earth beneath you. Inhaling and expanding, opening up to the sky, and then draw it around you like a blanket. Relaxing the muscles of your face, your jaw, smoothing out your forehead, releasing into rest. The Happiness Project Manifesto. To be happy, you need to consider feeling good, feeling bad, and feeling right in an atmosphere of growth. One of the best ways to make yourself happy is to make other people happy. One of the best ways to make other people happy is to be happy yourself. The days are long, but the years are short. You're not happy unless you think you're happy. Your body matters. Happiness is other people. Think about yourself so you can forget yourself. It's easy to be heavy, hard to be light. What's fun for other people may not be fun for you, and vice versa. Best is good, better is best. Outer order contributes to inner calm. Happiness comes not from having more, not from having less, but from wanting what you have. You can choose what you do, but you can't choose what you like to do. There is no duty we so much underrate as the duty of being happy. You manage what you measure. Loving actions inspire loving feelings. The opposite of a great truth is also true. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. If you're still in legs up the wall or constructive rest, please carefully roll to one side, coming off of your chair or wall. And everyone roll to the side and pause. And when you feel ready, press into your hands and draw yourself up to sitting, allowing your attention to stay deeply inward for another moment or two. We'll seal our practice with one chant of Om for the community that we create when we practice together. Come on, it'll be fun. Hands at heart center, let's inhale together. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other.